Hi, everybody. So we're back here in week 6, and this week we're focusing on Twitter for business. And by now, I'm sure all of you have had some more experience using Twitter, but this week we're going to really dig deep. And I have a very special guest. Her name is Nicole Miller, and she is with Buffer. And hi, Nicole.
Hello, great to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. So your official title is Community Champion at Buffer. So tell us a little bit about what does that mean, Community Champion?
For sure. So the community champion role is rather unique. It is a community manager type position, which means I interact with a lot of our customer base and do a lot of the social media management. But Buffer is unique in that a lot of our team actually works and interacts with social media on various levels. And so my role is just to enhance the relationship between the Buffer users and teams and champion the community in all aspects of Buffer. And so I even have the joy of sending out stickers and t-shirts to our customers and leading our weekly Twitter chat called Buffer Chat and all sorts of really amazing fun things.
Okay, cool. So I did a screen share here while you were talking just to show everybody. So this is the Buffer Twitter page, and the Buffer handle is @Buffer, in case you're not already following them. So just a little bit about Buffer. Buffer, I use it every day for myself, for my clients. It makes it very easy to share on Twitter and Facebook. So Buffer is pretty new of a company, but you already have 1.5 million users, which is so impressive, and the Buffer Twitter community is almost 230,000. So Nicole, that's a pretty large community to handle. So tell us, how do you do it? How do you guys divide and conquer on the front lines of the Buffer Twitter handle?
Yeah, so we're a distributed team, which means we're all across, I think, 6 different continents, or sorry, 5 different continents. And so there's some overlapping time zones there, which is great. So our happiness heroes, which is our customer service folks, are distributed so that we can kind of cover all time zones, and that way someone is always manning our Twitter. And able to respond to tweets, because a large amount of our Twitter interactions are support related. So maybe they're having trouble logging in, and we can jump on and reply to them right away and help get everything situated. So yeah, you can see there's Mary responding to different tweets, and we are constantly interacting with the community in various different ways. So we all also take shifts in Twitter, and it's really fun to get to interact with our users all the time. So it's a really awesome experience.
One of the things I think is a really smart things that you do, and I've seen other brands do it, is to really personalize the communication. Is that you put your name, whoever's answering the tweet. So Mary is marked on some of these, and I think I saw you have different shifts, but multiple people. Adam, there's Marty. So that really personalizes the interactions because you know who you're talking to, right?
Yeah, definitely. And we at Buffer really strive to be honest and real and transparent with our users, and so we try to add as much personality and just have fun and bring a smile to our customers' faces, because a lot of times our users are definitely bringing a smile to our face, so we want to return the favor.
Awesome. So can you share with us some of the processes and procedures that go into managing a Twitter account of this size? So how do you decide who's doing what, who's answering what?
Definitely. We use Spark Central, and it's a Twitter management app that captures any mentions of Buffer or Buffer Chat or any specific search terms that we list, and we're able to then reply to the Twitter users and also keep track of how many tweets are going in and out and how fast we can respond to the different Twitter mentions. So a lot of it is switching off between happiness heroes, or if I take a shift in Twitter, and just replying to them as they come in. So Spark Central has been super helpful in that respect.
Awesome. So I'm just sharing this. This is actually how we met, Nicole. So I wrote a post about Buffer maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and I got this in the mail. It was so awesome. So here we are. We've never met in real life. We're communicating. I'm communicating basically with the brand, and I get in the mail this handwritten note with these Buffer stickers, and it was personally signed, not just from Buffer, but from Nicole. So this leaves a great impression. So how did this transpire? Can you share with us how this is an awesome strategy for customer service?
Yeah, when Buffer first began, the founder and co-founder were able to take time and handwrite thank you notes and send out stickers and connect with users one-on-one, and that was something that they really treasured and really valued. And as the team and the product expanded, that wasn't as easy to do on a regular basis with 1.5 million users. It just, got out of control. So the community champion role then evolved so that I could interact with people one-on-one and off-screen, because the value of a handwritten thank you note and personally delivering stickers or a t-shirt really says a whole lot in today's world of constant screen time. So we wanted our community to know that we care and listen and that we appreciate them in all different ways. So that's been a real treat to be able to write thank you notes to a lot of our community members.
That's definitely a great strategy. So can I ask who writes the tweets each day for
Yeah,
Buffer? They're just the regular tweets, not the replies. And
right.
how do you decide which ones to put out at what time of day? Because it sounds like if you're all on different continents, then so are all your customers, right?
Correct, yes. So we generally schedule about a tweet an hour, and that goes throughout the day. And our content crafters are the content marketing team, and they write all of our blog posts, and they schedule all of the tweets and Facebook posts and LinkedIn posts and collaborate on all that messaging and make sure that they're sharing good quality content, throughout the entire day. So they head up that aspect, and with using Buffer, it's very easy to schedule that so that it goes out continuously.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys must use Buffer, right?
Yes.
So one of the other things that I love is some of your titles. So you mentioned you have Happiness Heroes, and what was the other one? Can you share some of the titles, because that really leads back to the culture of Buffer, which if once you become a Buffer user and you start subscribing to your blog and your tweets, you really understand how awesome your culture is.
Yeah, we've got our content crafters. We've got a happiness engineer who is one of our engineers who specifically works on a lot of the customer support aspects. And our happiness heroes are, of course, the customer service representatives. And then our chief happiness officer heads up all the happiness team. And then we have Joel, who's our CEO, and then Leo is our COO, Chief Operating Officer. And then we also have hackers and engineers and Android developers and iOS developers and all sorts of really fun titles and even cooler people.
Great. So can you share with us some community management tips for our future all-star social media managers that are here taking this class with us?
Yeah, definitely. So I think a lot of it comes back to being very helpful and useful and providing information that you know your audience needs. So being able to listen to your audience and plug into that particular population and know what they're talking about, what they might need, what are some of the struggles and stressors of their lives that maybe you can help eliminate. We know that we are reaching out to people who are trying to use social media smarter and not harder, so we focus a lot on tips and ways to help people use social media in a more time-effective way, or time-efficient. So, being aware of your audience and considerate of them is a huge thing. And then also really take the time to get to know people. The it's easier when you've got a bigger team, and it's harder if your time is limited. But taking the extra moment to really connect with someone and maybe check out their Twitter bio to see what they're interested in, and that way maybe you can connect with them on a different level. That can turn out to be a really fun way to connect with people. And I know I've discovered some amazing Buffer users in my time, just connecting with them on different things from side hobbies to shared movie interests or book interests and all that fun stuff. So it's okay to remember that your audience is human and you can be human too.
I love that. So you brought up about the bios on Twitter and how that's really a way to get to know somebody. So in your opinion, how important do you feel the Twitter bio is as far as really getting to know somebody? How, what are some tips you recommend?
Yeah, definitely. We actually had one of our social media posts on the Buffer blog about Twitter bios alone, and it's 1,000-word post about Twitter bios. But Twitter bios are very important because you have a very limited amount of space to convey a lot of information, and you want to be real and not too aloof or too casual. So there's a fine balance of putting in your interests with the necessary information. So, and I think if you Google Twitter bios and Buffer blog, you should be able to find that post right away, because that's a really helpful post. And I know when I read it, I rewrote my Twitter bio a couple times as well.
Okay, so we'll be sure to share it with the class, this
Awesome.
week's curriculum. Okay, so Nicole, thank you so much. Is there any last words of wisdom or advice for the future social media managers that are about to graduate and go into the workforce?
Yeah. Good luck and keep trying new things. Don't be afraid to experiment and find what suits you best. Social media moves so quickly that there's a lot of leeway for testing something one way and trying different things to see what resonates with you and your audience, and find the tools that makes your life easier and not more stressful. And so if Buffer is that tool, then that's fantastic. Or if you find other tools that are also really helpful, then definitely use those, and just really enjoy what you do, and your audience will know.
Thanks, Nicole. And where can we follow you on
You
Twitter?
can follow me on Twitter at nmillerbooks, and then of course follow Buffer at @Buffer.
Okay, great. Thank you, Nicole, so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Good luck, everyone.